Hello everyone and welcome. Now today is day 18 of our Crafty Advent calendar, and we've got this box down here below and we're just going to get it opened, and we have got some teal green sequins. Now when you're opening up the Crafty Advent calendar and all you've got are sequins, you got to figure out what you're going to do. And so I've been doing scraps on all of these Crafty Advent makes. And so these are the scraps from yesterday's card that we made. And I just took this panel that I die cut out the tag, and I used the Summer Waves embossing folder from Spellbinders, and I just embossed the panel. And then I'm using these scraps from yesterday, and I'm cutting them down to layer on this. And I'll cut on this and actually come down to a much smaller piece because I just keep trimming, trying to get it how I want it, and then I just trim it too short. But anyway, we'll make it work. So I had these two strips, and they're going in different directions, and I thought it would be fun to lay the waves in one direction and then lay the waves in the other direction. And I had flipped it over and kind of looked to see how it would look with the bubbles with it, but I decided against using it. So this I measure, and I'm like trying to decide what I'm going to do with this. And I'm actually go ahead and trim this down a little bit because it was not at a good framed measurement for a card base. And so I'm just going to trim it down a little bit. I must have originally cut that panel too small or something. I don't know. Anyway, so then we're going to trim these down again. And I'm still trying to decide how far down. And I'm going to bring in my card base, and I found my score buddy. I've been looking for this for I don't know how many days, but I finally found it today. I just went through everything again, and I thought I'm going to check again behind my bookcases that I've got. And I've got some 3x6 bookcases all lined up. And then I've got like a little countertop on them. And it's kind of like an extra work surface. And I must have had it on there, and it must have slipped and fell behind the bookcase. And I couldn't see it every time I looked. Well, then I was crawling around on the floor, and I peeked in there again, and I just happened to see this blue down there. And I was like, oh, thank heavens, I finally found this thing. And I didn't order a new one, so I'm glad that I hadn't ordered it yet. So I didn't have to have that expense. So anyway, I'm going to cut this down again, and this is where we're going to land, I think, with this size. And we're just going to cover up that little die cut area where I had that tag die cut out, and you'll never know it's there. And we're going to lay these two scrap pieces of cardstock down on our panel and just create a little decorative area. I'm just bringing in some washi tape just to line those two panels up, and then we can just glue them all down together. And then we'll get them laid down on this embossed panel. And that Summer Waves embossing folder I thought looked very similar to the pattern paper, and that's why I chose to use it. I have a bunch of Spellbinders embossing folders, and so I just thought I'd pick one that I thought would work well with the pattern. And I'm going to use the nested dies from yesterday. I've just got the two largest ones, and I'm going to bring them in, and we'll just die cut out some solid cardstock and layer them up. And so I've got the white here. I'm going to do the one end. I've got the other one laid on there, but I'll actually do it in a collared cardstock instead of the white. And then we'll layer these two up is what we'll do. And I'm just going to grab this teal because I wanted to kind of, I've got the blue on there and there's a little bit of teal, but I wanted to kind of get a little bit more on the green so that it would tie those sequins in. because this card here is all about the sequins. And I've got that panel, and I think that's going to help kind of tie it in. And so we're going to layer them up like that. And now I need to come up with some kind of a focal point and a sentiment. And so I've come up with it off camera. I've done some die cutting. I've grabbed other pieces from my Crafty Advent calendar that we've already worked with. And I'm going to use some more scraps, and we're going to create a focal point and a sentiment, and we'll get this all pulled together. So we're just going to lay this down on our 2 pieces of patterned cardstock there. And so I've got the vase and the floral pieces and leaves that went along with it. And I brought in the Hello Friend banner from another day. And I'm going to layer it up, just kind of offset a little bit to where this till will peek out from behind it. And we'll get it laid down on there. And then we'll get our vase and our stems and our flower and our leaves all attached. So last night, just to have a little bit of story time, my husband had made arrangements with some friends of ours to go to our favorite wings restaurant and to go to these Christmas lights that were at a stadium. And so we picked our friends up, and we went and had dinner, and then we went to this stadium, and they had the most amazing light display. And so we went and checked that out, and it was super fun. I ran a little short. I don't know if any of you caught it or not, but it was a real short where I just videoed the lights just kind of quickly. Probably didn't get them all in there. And then I just dumped in a picture of the 4 of us in a sleigh at the end of it. But it was super fun. We had a really nice evening, and it was nice just walking around there. They had a little train that was running that they had. I didn't make a video of that, but they had a little train that was running that the kids and the parents were riding in, and it was just going all around. It was super cute. They had cocoa that you could buy. I think they had other snacks too. We didn't, because we'd just come from a mill, we didn't look at any of that stuff, but I'm pretty sure they had snacks, and they had, the cocoa. And I heard one of the ladies say that there was an area where they could write their letters to Santa. The kids could, and they could mail them. And that was super cute. And so we just had a really nice dinner and then had fun enjoying the lights. So it was a nice little outing for the 4 of us. We had a good time. So you can see I've got my vase assembled, and I used more of that wave pattern cardstock there and die cut out my vase. And this is just going to be kind of a tone on tone card. And I'm just going to kind of stick to these colors and keep it pretty simple. And I'm just going to pinch that leaf with my reverse tweezers and get it glued down. And then we're going to bring in some foam tape and pop this arrangement up. So we have really been having some fun. We went to that Christmas concert that was just a blast. And then my husband, and he planned that too. He's just been on a little entertainment. He's been our little planning guide for entertainment. And we've been having a lot of fun. So I really appreciate that. I was very thankful to him for planning that. So I'm going to get the release paper pulled off of this, and we'll get this vase and flower laid down on our panel, and then we'll bring our cinnamon in, and then we will get our sequins laid down there. And the sequins were the little gift in day 18. And here I've just bannered this up. Now I'm going to have to bring in some foam tape because I've got it laying on, something that is already layered up with foam tape. And I'll do the one side and throw some glue on there. And then later I'll realize I need to tuck a little bit under the other side because it's not touching anything. Get that laid down on there. We're going to get our sequins. I'm just going to get this open, bring in my triangle tray, and just pour just a few of them in there and get them laid down on this card. I'm not completely sure about how I feel about how I laid the sequins on there, but I was just trying a little different pattern. I kind of did like a little V pattern. And we'll just get, I think I did 7 sequins on there, and I tried to do the smallest ones. And I'm going to have to shake some more small ones out because I used all of them up. And I think I need one more small one to put on there. And so that's what I did with the sequins. I stood there looking at it for a long time. My husband came in, he's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Well, when you just get sequins and you got to figure out how to make a card with just the sequins, I said, I got to think about what I want to do." So anyway, I think it turned out all right. So thanks for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Take care now. Bye-bye.